Now, being a cleaning company that we are, I think it gets lost when putting up guttering is to make sure when you take off the old stuff, give the fascias a nice wipe and make them all look nice and shiny. So I'm going to put a bit of WD-40 on this and it will just bring it up really nicely. I'm going to do the same with the guttering once it's on. It'll just make it pop, just very, very shiny, which is what I want. So when the customer comes out, they're going to look up and be like, wow. It's just little things like that, really important. And I feel like, if you haven't guttering put up, you don't want to see handprints all over the fascias, all over the guttering. Give this all a good clean down before we do anything. Things I'm going to be looking out for as well. Flashing is in really good nick on this house, which is really good. We had one yesterday. We did some fascia cleaning and they had wooden fascia boards, and I should have taken a photo of it because they didn't have this flashing, which is so important because it guides the rainwater into the gutter. Without that, it's going behind the gutter and their fascias were completely rotten through. I tried to clean them up as best as I could, but there's only so much you can do with soap and a brush when it comes to wood rot on a fascia board. But yeah, this stuff's really important, so it's really good to see it's all in really good nick. So when we put the guttering back on, this will sit inside the gutters and just stop any water running down the fascia board, damaging the walls, water going behind the soffit and making the walls damp, because that's something a lot of people don't realise. For example, this bedroom window, if you look here, people tend to get damp patches by the window and they just kind of live with it and wonder why it's happening. It's usually because this flashing here has gone and perished in the sun, whatnot like that. So the water's then going behind the guttering, in the soffit, it runs along and then it starts to make the wall really, really damp, and then over time you start getting those damp patches. But people tend to not do anything about it because they're like, well, it's only damp, it's not really wet. But that is what's causing it 9 times out of 10, or a blocked down pipe and the water's overflowing behind the gutter because of that. Yeah, good to know.